What is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks It Around. We are, of course, here to discuss episode 508 of Game of Thrones, Season 6, No One. Let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the panel, starting with, of course, our editor-in-chief, Matt Moore. Matt, what do you think of this one?
I thought it was actually really good. I kind of was disappointed that some of our theories didn't pan out, but still, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Lou, how about you?
The episode was okay, This pace is moving good. I'm bored of Arya. I'm sorry.
Well, it's like her storyline looks like it's about to pick up and go in some good directions. Charles, what do you think?
I liked the episode for the most part, but after seeing the episode earlier in the week, what was it? Earlier in the week, I got to say most of the episode was kind of forgetful. I only remember a few bits of the episode, and that's it.
Yeah, I sort of kind of got to agree. Izzy, how about you?
For me, I actually loved it. I like this from start to end. We saw the Hound, and my theory planned out was actually right for Arya, because we'll get into that later on, but yeah.
Actually, let's go ahead and talk about the Arya stuff now, because I'm a little bit disappointed with how that played out.
How so?
No, here we go. I'll break it down for you. Arya ends up with the actress. Arya gets healed. Arya wakes up, gets chased down a whole bunch of shit. She thinks she's jumping from here to there. And then she rolls down the steps, and then she leaves a trail of blood handprints so the girl could see her, who she thought she was the Terminator the way she was running.
Right.
And then, the big climactic moment. Oh, fade to black. We don't know what the fuck happens because it's a blank screen.
Yeah, I agree with you. That kind of sucked because I want to see that fight.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, after kind of building up for this entire time, the whole big, I guess you could call it a rivalry between those two.
It was not fade to black.
It was fade to black as far as the audience is concerned. Yes, we understand that
they black, but that's not the same.
Yeah. But we're talking just in general TV terms here. It's like, don't get all technical on this, Matt.
No. Lou literally said
things. Okay. Let's stop arguing semantics, Matt.
No, it's not a semantic.
Okay.
I take the term.
Okay.
I take the term.
Let me finish my point so you can understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is the reason that Arya won wasn't because it faded to black and it just magically happened. The reason that Arya won was because of the fact that she made it dark.
You know that.
It wasn't a fade to black. Oh, it mysteriously happened. We know how it happened.
Fade to black though.
We're aware that
I'm with Matt on
that is like it's irrelevant. So that one is that this is a fight is like after all the build up, this kind of rivalry between these two for this entire season is like this is a fight that actually needed to have been seen by the audience. They've done things in pure black before with no lights that we as the audience still got to see. It's like, I mean, how many lights you imagine are up there, past north of the wall when they're wandering around in the middle of the fucking night, Matt? We've seen this shit.
I mean, dude, I
want to see that fight.
2 black screens this episode. We didn't even get to see the blackfish die. We just have to hear it.
Oh, that's right. That was bullshit. I want to see him fight like a man.
Who gives a fuck about him, okay? Forget the blackfish.
I like the blackfish.
I like the blackfish.
I was trying to be honest, I was kind of annoyed that they killed him off screen as well. I did not like that as well. I thought it was weak and half-assed for the most part. We can't think of a proper death scene for the blackfish. Okay, just kill him off screen. I hate it when they do crap like that. I hate it.
Well, it's more complex to say, but I understand what you're saying, Weedy.
What's complex about it, dude? They could have fucking showed a guy just stick his sword through his chest and moved on. Or, Arya could have got a little bit of lighting. We didn't need a lot. Just enough to where we could see the shadows.
Sounds like, we could have made the point that it's like, as far as they were concerned, we could have still seen this fight.
I was upset about Blackfish being killed off screen. But As for the scene with Arya going up against the faceless woman and then cutting that candle and everything goes dark, that scene I actually thought was awesome because I like that type of storytelling where it leaves it to the imagination. I like that.
And
Well,
that
I liked it too, but I
like
liked it
that.
high,
The
though.
reason I liked that scene is because as far as the audience is concerned, that fight was over. Literally, it wasn't a fight. There was no fight.
It was a
There
trap,
was-
really.
Cut the candle, stab the waif. End of fight.
Well, again, Arya, she was blind for like some time now, so she has some. I think she has an edge overall because if she fights in complete darkness, she has an edge over her no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
I fought in darkness, so
Okay, now see,
it's
that's a
nothing new.
valid point. But still, it's like, I mean, it's like, everyone's talking about, it's like, as far as the audience is concerned, this is a fight that we needed to have seen.
Yeah, same
But
here.
if it wasn't actually a fight, if it was an assassination, then
But
we
that,
I would still want to see it. Well, why not show me?
So
but
basically,
the overall story.
It's like, okay, Matt, give me a valid storytelling reason not to show me this fight.
because of the
let's
fact
not even call it a fight because you're going to get semantical on me again. Show me a valid storyteller reason and not show me what happened after that point.
How about a videographer reason? You're going from light to black all of a sudden, and by the time that the audience realizes that it's black, the person's already dead.
Dude, it's like, again, it's like we've seen scenes that we know for a fact happened in pitch dark with no lights that have been
Except the
filmed.
booth.
a certain way.
There's
Like,
always some light.
no, there's not.
Here's
It's
the
like
question.
you can go back and watch the entire thing. There's been things that have happened in the middle of the night where there's like, this eerie sort of, whatever, middle of the woods light, which, by the way, there's no such thing. There is no light in the middle of the woods at night. There's just not. I don't care how full that moon gets you, ain't seeing shit. Period.
Yeah,
End of story.
but
But it's like us as the audience, we got to see what was going on, regardless if anybody had a torch or not. So no, I'm gonna call bullshit on that excuse. They've done it on this very show before, lots of times.
Without no light whatsoever. How would the
Yes.
people be work?
With no with no storyline related source of light. Period.
Then how did they see what they were doing?
They did not.
Again, Arya is trained to be. She's trained to be in the dark.
no
I mean,
bullshit. So you're telling me, Isaiah, and everyone else, that every time Arya goes to kill someone, she's gonna do it in a pitch black room?
No,
She's
it's
not.
That's how you're setting her up. You're setting her up that she took out this chick in a dark room. Fine. You could have put a little bit of lighting so we could have seen a shadow. So basically all they did was put a blank screen up and then they just cut her fucking face off.
If you put a little bit of light in there,
all right.
the wave has a little bit of light.
Okay, can we please just say what we gotta say about this whole segment and be done with it, please? We've been on this for too long.
It would still be a
It
fight.
ain't her training with
I'm
the
not done talking about it, Isaiah, so we're gonna stay on it until I feel like getting it off.
For my final notes about this whole thing, in regards to the narrative, yes, Deanna was right. This is a fight that could have been beneficial to witness. However, from a cinematographer standpoint, that scene was great cinematography. It was awesome.
There was nothing to be a cinematographer about.
And it was predicted. It didn't just show up fucking out of nowhere. The idea of the waif showing up to find Arya ready to fucking fight and make darkness was one of the many predictions that were done for her. Now, many of the prediction, of course, fell apart, but that prediction was predicted by a lot of fucking people. This isn't a fucking surprise. This is exactly
I'm not
how.
saying it's a surprise. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that I would have wanted to see it. It's like that's it. It's like y'all talking about cinematography and what I'm talking about. People at home watching the damn show. You're telling me that this is not a fight that people should have seen?
It wasn't a fight, though.
How do you know?
Because
That's
that's
the
the way
point.
to defend
You
herself.
don't know.
You don't
It
know.
wasn't a fight because we
You
say
can't tell me
it wasn't a
that
fight.
You cannot tell me definitively that it was two moves: her cutting the candle and then her stabbing the wave. You can't tell me that because you have equal amount of idea what happened after that candle was cut as I do. As in, neither of us know shit.
Has Arya ever once actually won against the wave?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
and that's why I would have wanted to see this fight with her even being wounded.
Yep. Would have made it a little more intriguing to see.
Exactly.
Oh shit. Okay, well, Arya A is hurt, and
I
then
just feel it
granted,
was a letdown.
Terminator had a small little knife going up against Needle. How does she manage to defend herself against the longer sword? It would have been great on screen.
I thought it was a missed opportunity.
I mean, all we get was that the black screen.
The way that fight played out was a letdown.
I thought it was amazing storytelling.
Okay, I don't agree.
I'm with Matt on this.
I'm
with Matt.
Split. Let's move on. All right, so like that was kind of the only real big thing. It's like about this episode for me. It's like I didn't even discuss how ridiculous it was that Arya was even healed enough to escape the way that she did. I'm not even gonna go on that one.
I did.
That's a little weird for me. Another major point in this episode that stuck with me was the return of Daenerys Targaryen at Meereen when the Masters were attacking Meereen. I think that was, to be honest, during that particular. What?
There was no warning, no foresight.
What?
They got the fucking master spy there, who's supposed to be fucking watching out for him, and they're like, "Oh, who are those ships?" And then all of a sudden, the next scene, you see the city fucking on fire. No warning, no shit.
Well, Varys ended up leaving Meereen earlier in the episode, and basically when the whole attack happened, I believe it was during dusk, like the start of sundown, and Varys left Meereen probably like morning to early afternoon.
Okay.
So he probably didn't even know about
He's the fucking spy master. He should still fucking know shit's on its way.
True, but I don't think his little birds extend beyond the walls of Meereen. I don't think he has any spies in any of the other cities.
Yeah, I don't think he established that network yet. I mean, you kind of saw that coming. When Tyrion set up that whole, 7-year shit, the Masters in that one were probably like, you know what? We're noticing they're negotiating and the Queen's not here. She hasn't been around for a minute. It's a perfect opportunity to strike. And then boom.
And I have a theory about what's going to happen in the whole resolution about that, but I will get to that later.
Yeah, here's the resolution. Episode 10. The conquest has been solved. The dragon wiped everybody out. Another fight.
No, that's not my theory.
That's
not my theory.
It's the dragon's going to help, but I think that maybe Theon and company are going to show up and be like, "Oh, what's going on here? We don't like these guys."
That's my theory. That's my theory. I think the Greyjoys are going to save Meereen at the last minute.
Dude, they don't need the Greyjoys. The fucking dragons would wipe the ships out real quick.
Dragon.
True,
but remember that those things are shooting fucking shit into the air.
Yeah.
Now,
so a dragon could actually
I don't know how effective that is, but they're shooting.
And to be honest, from what I've observed, when Drogon had dropped off Daenerys at the palace at the pyramid, he just flew off, not even paying attention to any of the ships attacking the city. It's like, oh, ships are attacking my queen city. Yeah, fuck them. I think Drogon is at the age. I think Drogon is at the age where he doesn't give a fuck about anything other than Daenerys. He'll save Daenerys, but for anything else, it's like, fuck him. He's just going to go off and do his own thing. That's what I think.
I don't know. I think that might have been the case before, but I think that, after saving her ass a couple times, that maybe he's kind of gotten a weary respect for her.
Well, I'm surprised that he hasn't eaten her yet.
Why would he?
That's her mother.
Well, because it's a fucking dragon, and
but
yeah,
that's the mother dragon's dog. Really?
It's not really reason enough in this case, Charles.
Wow, Charles, you acting like me.
It's a dragon, so yeah.
She nurtured those two dragons when they were babies.
I always. So, it's just, hell, baby spiders will eat their mother when they're old enough.
You can't train a
Dude.
fucking spider.
You can't.
Your point
It's
is
impossible.
invalid, dude. It's like if you want
Yes.
to involve a baby tiger, you train your tiger from when it's an infant up until it becomes an adult. It's going to be loyal to you.
Fuck, no.
I
In
can show,
certain circumstances,
I can
that
show you
tiger
video
will still eat
proof
you.
of everything Lou just said.
Right.
That-
It's
there's
true.
well documented proof.
Yes, it's true.
It's
As long as you don't
you know what?
beat
Never
your
mind.
animal.
Fuck this. Move on. Move
Yes,
on.
You're acting like me. Please stop.
Move the fuck on.
You're acting like me. Stop.
So she trained all her dragons. Remember, they were born. She fed them. She's raised them. She's cuddled with them. They're not going to attack her. They might snap at her like they did in, I believe it was season 5 when she was sitting on a little rock and they were trying to get some food. And Drogon came back and kind of snapped at her. But I think that's the extent of what they'll do towards her. Now, anyone else, okay, you got to fend for yourself, homie.
You're fucked.
I don't know. I mean, they're pretty much adult now. I don't even know that they'd snap at her anymore. I mean, then they were basically impetuous little fucking teenagers. But
Well, if you're an animal and you're hungry, you will snap at anything. So if your animals are snap at anything, they're hungry.
Well, it's just like
My cat is hungry.
So this particular point, it's like if there's one person that we know is like that 2 of the dragons had every single chance to eat, it's Tyrion Lannister.
yeah, and they didn't
Tyrion
snap.
still lives.
Well, one dragon, once he took off the chain link off the one dragon, the other dragon's like, hey, I'll be your friend too. Take this shit off my neck.
Yeah, and after those chains were off their neck, there was absolutely nothing stopping them from having themselves a little Tyrion Lannister hors d'oeuvre. But that didn't happen.
They
were loyal.
Too short. We can't eat
So it's
them.
like, I mean, the
We don't get
Trojans'
enough-
point is like, he's saying, it's like, well, of course they would do these things because they're dragons. It's like you're acting like there's like some sort of universal rule book of how dragons act. You can't say it just because they're dragons. You have to look at how the dragons act on this show.
And that's just it. Is actually Lou made a point. I don't think he was.
Here's my logic.
But he made a point.
Wait, let Matt finish.
Is that when they took off the one collar, the other one's all like, oh, okay, yeah, take off mine too. That shows an intelligence that is well beyond the credit that Charles is giving them.
Yeah, dragons are smart.
They're
Sure,
supposed to be like as smart as us, if not smarter.
This isn't DreamWorks' version of How to Train Your Dragon.
I never saw the movie, nor do I care
Oh,
to.
you should go
Get
see
out of here.
both of them.
I heard the second one was worse than the first one.
They were both amazing. Whoever's telling you that shit, it sucks at life.
Yes, I suck at life.
Go fucking Rotten Tomato that shit and tell me whether that person is correct or not.
Exactly.
Those were amazing movies.
Great.
I'll take your
And
word
I
for
will
it.
continue to take your word for it. As in, not see them at all.
Don't care for 'em.
But let me see what else. Yeah, there was that. The slavers were attacking them. I also think that the Greyjoys are going to show up, and that's going to make it to where basically, I don't know if the Greyjoys, as it were going to think that means that Daenerys owes them something or not. But I do know Daenerys is going to be like, I don't know, you shit.
Right.
Okay.
He's a dragon. He's a dragon. So what the
Who
fuck
here thinks that when we come back, episode 10, that conflict is resolved?
Yeah. It's gonna be
Because
resolved.
if they're going to blow their load next week, budgetary-wise, we're not going to see much of anything being resolved, with maybe the essence of Cersei from what I've read in the description. Episode 10.
I can see that happening. Because she has a dragon, they're pretty much defensive towards a dragon. It's hard to kill a dragon. So they're fucked.
No, I don't think that it's going to be ended by the time the episode starts, but I don't think it's going to take more than 2 minutes of the episode. I think like they're going to have a dragon and then a whole bunch of other ships fucking show up and some like shooting at each other, and then it's just like, oh, what's going on out there? I don't know. All right, and then fight's over. That's it.
Right. And yeah.
Everything else is going to be cleanup of the city, which is mostly made out of mud and clay, so it probably won't be that hard to repair.
Right.
Basically.
Now, Grey Worm is blaming Tyrion for this, but little does he realize Tyrion's strategy would have worked well in Westeros. Tyrion don't know these folks that well. That's why his theory didn't work out as good as it should have.
Yeah, sure. but it still gave some time though. It gave him enough time to pretty much for the queen to come by. That's all it needs is time. That's all it really needed was time.
I mean, let's say 30 days have passed since the Masters came and they made this particular truth. So Daenerys was gone that long.
Anything's possible for Game of Thrones.
I mean, we don't have
she had to been gone for a good minute.
Now, I have a question. Who here thinks that she's going to be like, all right, that was your last fucking chance. Let's kill the Masters.
Yeah, I think Tyrion has had enough of everybody's shit.
Yeah, I would say the same thing too. Like, just kill them all. Be done with this shit. Be done.
Because, I mean, literally, Tyrion gave them what they want. Like, fucking handed it to them on a plate and said, here, you can have this delicious morsel for the next 7 years. Just fucking lay off. And what was their reaction?
Yeah, to attack right away, like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, what good are you?
A smart move. Is my thing.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, you're gonna attack the most powerful city in this region.
It is the most powerful city in Slaver's Bay because that's where the Unsullied are.
Right.
But it's still not really powerful.
Attacking the right thing was dumb. It's like, at the very least, bide your time. It's like, I mean, you got 7 years. Use 5 of them to build up your resources, and when it's time to get them, you know, that's when you do it. You don't do it right away and show your hand.
But that was the stupidity of realizing, oh, the queen's not here. Here's a chance to make our move.
Right.
Well, what a great idea that turned out to be.
It worked.
Because Daenerys is back.
But they won't know that.
With fucking curbside service. The taxi fucking dropped her off on the balcony.
But remember, they attacked because the fleet was burnt. So they realized, oh shit, Marine don't have a navy. Or Marine has no boats to defend itself. So we can attack by sea and consolidate them all to one area and try to burn them out, I guess, by their essence of what they were doing.
Do you know where this city is, Lou? It's Slaver's Bay. It's a bay shared by a total of 3 cities. Yes, it attacked by water.
Basically. It's like, as opposed to what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Daenerys coming in and storming the place on land. That was a rare thing. That's not like normally what happens here.
Yeah, I mean they're powerful on land, but when it comes to naval battle, they don't have enough ships for that. So I see where Lou's talking about.
Their ships were burned.
I'm just saying that the fastest way to get somewhere is a straight line, and they didn't want to go all the way the fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that was cool special effect. That's my.
But something else that was really cool in this episode was seeing Brienne and Jaime kind of reunite, even being at this point on opposing sides of this particular conflict. It's like you can just still tell, it's like, you know, the kind of camaraderie and respect that they have for one another, and I thought it was really well done. It was one of my favorite parts of this episode.
I was really kind of sad about something, and I understand it was really the only good thing that Jaime did in this particular episode, but I was kind of sad that he didn't take the Valyrian sword back.
Really?
Well, he's not. Well,
I was sad about that, yeah, because of the fact that I find Jaime to be a more compelling character than Brienne.
Really?
Yes. He's a fucktard. But I still enjoy his stories more than hers. Because she is relatively one note, and that's the duty and honor thing, where he is a much more conflicted and therefore more interesting character for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'll agree with that.
So, that's why I was hoping that he would end up taking that sword back, because I want to see what the fuck he ends up doing with it.
He can't do shit.
I don't think James might think he's worthy of that sword, because all the things he has done, and you see it right now, like, yeah, he does a lot of things, but again, he's doing his own duty, but overall, he's not the person who can carry that sword with honor. Brienne can carry that sword with honor. She tries her
That
best.
sword
It's not even a matter of that. The people with the Valyrian steel swords, like the people that I want to see with those swords, are the ones that I can imagine actually being a part of the conflict against the White Walkers.
Yes.
I can't see Jaime there. I know Brienne's going to be there because Sansa's going to be there.
Right.
Well, that's just it. Is that's kind of sort of why I was hoping to see Jaime get the sword back, is because of the fact it's just like, hey, we've got this big fucking war going on. You know what? I hate you. You hate me. But we're all fucked unless everyone bands the fuck up and shows up to defend Westeros.
Matt, did you hear Jaime's whole reasoning for wanting to get that war over with in Riverrun? To get back to his fucking pathetic sister. He doesn't give a shit what's going on in the north.
He does.
Yes, but if his sister's life is hanging in the balance, which it is, if those fucking things get past that wall, then even he would end up fighting that.
But they wouldn't see it that way.
What's he gonna do? Fight with his left hand?
You have to remember that for the majority of people, it's like the whole White Walkers and all that shit is a fucking fairy tale to tell your kids.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale for now.
It's like it doesn't it doesn't exist. It's like what would you say to Jaime to convince him? Yes, White Walkers are a thing. We need help. It's like, I mean, how do you convince them that this is a real thing?
Jon Snow. Jon Snow says there's a White Walker. There is no one in this show right now. There is absolutely no one in this show, even Brienne, who has as much honor and is revered as Jon Snow.
It's like, okay, he's revered to the people that know him. To Jaime and Cersei, he is the bastard son of Ned Stark that was sent out to the wall. That is all they know. They don't know a fucking thing about all the shit that he's been through or how come he has this honor or whatnot. He's honored to those that know him, not to people that don't give a shit. The Lannisters don't give a shit. Tyrion might listen. Tyrion ain't there.
Right, and plus,
Tyrion got a long way to go before he sees winter's coming.
Right, and plus, if you look in this episode, Jaime was actually kind of a great character. He was threatening his prisoner, but also telling him that there's an easy way of going through this. Instead of everyone dying, only one person can die, and that's it. And so that was really interesting. I know it was like war, and that was a strategy of war, but that was really how
an interesting conversation to threaten a guy's child, to put him on a catapult and send him over a wall.
I want to actually point out a point right before that. It wasn't just that he threatened the child. It was that guy went, all right, you think you're the good guy, right? How? How do you think you're the good guy? What allows you to sleep at night? What allows you to think that maybe what I'm doing is for the good of something? Like, how the fuck do you think you might be the good guy? And and Jaime's response, basically, the long and short of it is, I don't think I'm the good guy. Do this, or I'm gonna get your kid and catapult it into a wall.
Well, he's gonna kill all of them.
And at least confirms that he was able to consummate the marriage with the Frey, and he ended up getting a kid. One shot, bam.
Yeah.
Right. Plus, he was planning to kill not just him, he was planning to kill anyone else who was a part of heritage and the tree line itself. So it was pretty much the people and his men and his child, or the Blackfish. But he had to choose, like, I'll choose my child and my people over the Blackfish.
Yeah, but you already knew he was going to choose anybody over the Blackfish because him and his uncle have always been at odds.
Right.
They've been at odds earlier in the seasons. You've seen it play out, especially when the father died and he couldn't even shoot a goddamn arrow into the boat to let the
that
king
was funny.
fire.
That was so funny. That was a failure moment. Failure.
I mean, dude, what was more fun out of that whole situation was watching Podrick and Bran interact with each other.
I love those scenes.
Do you think they're fucking?
I thought.
Oh, I got confused. You meant Braun. Okay.
Braun,
you said
my
Bran,
bad.
I was like, wait, Bran was in this episode? Like, you actually made me think for a second. I'm like, did I miss something?
No, it was cool to see Podrick.
Their names are confusing.
It was really cool.
I was going to say, yeah, remember that time in which Bran said, do you think they're fucking? That's probably a grand thing to say.
Great
Yeah,
sentence.
I think that kid got more important things to worry about at this point than who fucking who. Wait a second.
We better see more Brandon this season.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably get a little tie-up in Season 10. Season 10 is always, Episode 10 has always been the one where they usually tie shit up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
But, and then, what else do we have? We had the Hound.
We had the Hound
literally,
whipping that ass.
the Hound was hilarious. He walks up with the fucking axe, guy's head goes flying, stabs other dude in the chest, and then the other guy in the balls, and the guy's like, "Fuck you!" Really? Those are your last words? Cunt.
It's like, yeah, you're terrible at dying.
Yeah.
Right. But I loved it though. You're like the Hound trying.
This episode where we introduced to Barrick and Thoros. It's like we knew they'd be coming back.
That actually took me a little bit to remember who the fuck they were, and then
Right?
I got it.
It's been like, what, 2 years ago, 3 years
This
ago?
dude does not look like a red fucking wizard.
Yeah.
He does not look like, the guy version of Melisandre, but that's what he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he said it himself. He was a drunk. And then next thing you know, the first appearance of the dragon and the White Walkers, his magic starts working.
Yep.
He goes, a drunk priest was able to bring someone back to life 6 times.
Yeah, again and again and again.
But it was so cool to see those two characters again. Like, oh, hi man, how you doing? Oh,
Yeah, it was cool.
awkward moment.
Yo,
Honestly, it did take me a moment to remember as well.
Yeah,
That one scene
and
was
I
fucked up.
actually liked the conversation that the Hound had with them at the beginning where they were negotiating over basically who would kick the stool out from underneath those guys being hanged.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's all like, all right, you can. I want to kill them all. You can only kill one. I want to kill 2. All right, you can kill 2. All right, I'm going to chop off their heads. No, you can't chop off their heads. I'm going to chop off their arms. No, you can't chop off their arms. Fuck.
It's like a fuck! Come on!
Like, he was two go back and forth. Like, come on, can I just bounce some fingers?
What
Come on,
can I do to them?
Yeah.
You can hang
But
them.
then his response is, a while ago, I would have killed the 7 of y'all just to kill those 3.
Yeah.
But the Hound has actually changed a little bit as time going on, like because his experience with Arya, it changed him not changed him all the way, but it changed his perspective on life itself. So it was really interesting how he changed as a character.
I think it's a little bit
right
Arya
change?
and a lot just getting old.
You want to know why the Hound changed, Isaiah? I'll give you 5% Arya, 95% sitting on a goddamn hill waiting to fucking die, and you can't die.
Right. I think also as he was doing that for the villagers who died, he felt very angry about that because he got tired of seeing people who died for no apparent reason. So he got done with it. So it was like a redemption road for him in a strange sense of a way. And when it comes down to he's gonna meet his brother. He's going to kill his brother because that's one thing. That's the only person he fears to this day is his brother.
All right. Is nobody gonna bring up the fact that he changed because of his time among those people building that church on that hilltop?
I don't think he changed because of that. I think he went there because he's changed, but I don't think it actually changed him.
No,
Right.
not at all. It's like
I'm thinking that situation might have taught him a little bit of humility.
Well, he already
Just a
had
little
humility when he was stuck on a fucking mountain, waiting to die.
The hell he did.
Getting his ass kicked and then left on a hillside by a little girl, I think that taught him humility.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also
it's like, getting his ass kicked so thoroughly, particularly by a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, I would love to see Arya and Hound meet one more time. It's like, oh, hey, I thought you was dead. Likewise. Awkward moment.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Go ahead, Whedon.
I was just going to ask, I think, does anybody think that either one is going to try to kill the other if they meet up. Like Arya's going to try to kill the Hound, and the Hound is going to try to kill Arya.
No
As a matter of
chance.
fact, I think the next time they team up, they might be fucking like teaming up, and not out of necessity, but out of respect.
Right. Because
I don't think it
So
actually.
they're not friends, but they have respect for one another.
yeah,
I think
I'll
it's
go
a
with that.
Well, it's like yeah. Well, I would even put it maybe a little bit above that. It's like they did spend a considerable amount of time together. There's a connection there between the two of them. They're not friends because of who they are. They could not be friends, but it's more than just simple respect from one warrior to another. Does that make any sense?
And there's also the fact that if you're away from something long enough, you start to forget the bad. You almost always will remember the good, but our mind is really good at forgetting the bad. And of course, you can't forget some of the shit the Hound did. However, the general like hating this guy for so long, a lot of that's gonna drop out of her mind.
Well, she's flat out said that she no longer wants to kill him. She said that earlier in the season.
And also, the Hound actually opened up to her. Like, he told her, like, so many things, like how he got the scar on his face. Like, how'd you get that scar on your face? And which we learn now from his brother. And so, from that on, she actually learned more about him. In fact, she didn't want to kill him anymore because she knows more about him. And just, something changed. Like DeAno said, it was a bond.
But
That's actually maybe kind of a theme with Arya, actually. The more I think about it, is that she's always scoped out these people, and the ones that she's actually been like, no, I'm not going to kill them, are ones that she's actually kind of at least slightly got to know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't fucking know anything about the waif. She doesn't have a name. She doesn't have crap. So I think she was okay with killing her.
Yeah, but at the same notion, how it all played out, I think, I'm going to say his name wrong, Joggin? The guy who's part of the white and black building? Oh my god, his name.
The House of Black and White.
Leader of the Faceless Men.
Yeah, Jaggin something.
Yeah,
but
so
that's
whatever.
not his name anymore.
Well, anyways, whatever his name is, he had a respect for Arya, just like the Hound did. And he was actually happy about the outcomes. Like, he didn't care about her, he cared about more about Arya. And that's why he pretty much let her go. Like, well, you're no one now. You have the skills and everything else. You can come join us or be your own character, which she was. She wanted to be her own person now. And she found who she was.
He did seem to be pleased with how things worked out.
He did. And I actually saw a meme to follow up on that I thought was fucking hilarious. And it was him, and on it said, a girl dropped this on her way out, and he was holding a mic.
But again, it's like the faceless god wanted a face of a female face. And that contract, oddly enough, was still open. No, in fact, it was Arya's kill. She still needed a kill for the faceless god. So it worked out for it.
Needed a face, and so she provided it.
Yeah.
So she paid the debt that she had promised, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's so ironic and kind of funny.
Yeah, because we've already seen before, it's like in the way that they were even like that she was introduced to the character in the first place. Is that it's like because remember at that point, Arya had saved him and 2 other people. 3 lives were spared, so 3 had to take their place. In this case, there was a death that was supposed to happen. That does still happen. It's like that. So done.
Right.
And
he was.
What happened to her coins?
That is a good question.
You remember the coins, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like because that is actually a really good question. It's like, yeah, because she took them. It's like after showing that dude that she had them, then she left, and then stabby time, and then
They probably fell out of her pocket in the river when she was swimming.
Yeah, that's about it.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
So go rob some other fools and get back to Westeros.
Yeah, but I can safe to say that
I'm wondering if they're going to come back up in Westeros, where she meets someone else, and she's all like, hey, I'm a little busy right now. I got this coin. Can you take care of it for me?
that'd be interesting. But like, it's gonna be the last time she will see the face of the leader. He might show up again in the future. We just don't know.
No.
It would be cool if he showed up again.
I think that story is done. We don't need him anymore. Let's get to goddamn Westeros and talk about Cersei blowing her load way too early.
Yeah, it's like I figured someone was I've been saving it till last because for me this is the absolute least interesting part of this episode.
It was.
I mean, except for the part where the mountain ripped off that dude's head. That was pretty
Oh my god, that was so crazy.
That's why it made that other scene so more compelling.
Right, no,
She
it was
blew
so
her load way too soon. If the mountain doesn't fight and she says no, she probably still gets her trial by combat. But since the mountain brutally detaches face from body and scares the living shit out of the other remaining sparrows, they're like, okay, yeah, you're kingness. If there's a trial by combat, we won't win, and you won't get your redemption.
I think that was actually easy for both. Oh, I was gonna say, the High Sparrow actually, if you think about it, the High Sparrow's leader, he's actually really smart, and his followers are not smart by any means. And so them provoking Cersei's happening, that guy had his face ripped off. I think that was pretty much one of his plans to actually egg her on, actually show her cards, like how in poker, when you show your cards, you show your bluff. Hey, there you go.
I don't think that's what his intent was. I think he just wanted to have a conversation. But Cersei being fucking Cersei, she shows her hand way too early, and then it comes back to backfire on her.
Yeah, I can see that too, yeah.
There is one other alternative. She doesn't have to do... She can still fucking win this. There is one other trial that she can choose that is not like a jury trial or a king trial or anything like that. It is called the Trial of the Seven. I don't know that she's going to fucking do this. I don't have any spoilers or anything like that. But there is trial...
Don't sue it. Don't sue us, HBO.
Trial of the Seven is a trial by combat, but it is considered separate than trial by combat. It is where one side gets 7 people, the other side gets 7 people, and then they fight. And if you can't get 7 people to fight for you, then you're obviously guilty. So if only 6 show up, you're fucked.
In Cersei's case, she won't get any but the mountain because he's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More like Frankenstein's monster. The guy that made him would be Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Here's a question for you guys.
Hey.
No, Frankenstein would be a last name, and therefore you can still call Frankenstein's monster Frankenstein. The same way my father was more, and I'm more. It's the last fucking name, so shut the fuck up, Charles.
Ooh.
Fuck off.
Burn.
Remember when Frankenstein, the creator of the Mountainstein, whispers in Cersei's ear, your rumors are true? Do you think there's, in the sewer system, what the hell is that shit? The green liquid. No, the green liquid that fucking...
Oh, you're talking about the dragon fire.
Oh, dragon fire?
I think they call it dragon fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wildfire.
I thought they used... Wildfire, okay. I thought they used all of that when Stannis was attacking King's Landing.
Black King.
No, this is a whole new cache. This is a whole new thing of it.
Do you think that's what they're referring to, that there's more wildfire and that she's going to dump it into the sewer systems to burn the city? Because that's her famous line, I will burn this city to the ground if she can't get shit her way.
4 times now, yeah.
Wow, that's kind of ballsy, though. That'd be kind of cool, though. Huh, that would be fucking cool.
Well, Cersei is a psycho bitch, and I really want her to die. And I want her to die in front of Jaime. Have him watch it happen. I really want that to happen.
Man, you're cold. You're just so cold.
No. I came up with this before. I said, Cersei's going to get killed, and right before she takes her last breath, you're going to have Littlefinger go up to her, because he's going to be around somewhere, and he's going to go, hey, we were the ones who orchestrated your son's death, not the imp.
That's a show.
I don't think Cersei. I don't think Cersei would have much of a reaction to that because she's going to use whatever excuse she can to blame Tyrion for Joffrey's death because she hates that guy.
Yeah, but then she's going to realize her hatred for her brother was warranted in the wrong direction. You could have hated him for other reasons, but he wasn't the one who orchestrated your son's death.
So who was the one orchestrated Joffrey's death?
She could frame him.
We're not going down this again. It's like, because last time when this shit actually happened, we told you who did it, and you were still, you never know, so shut the fuck up. You can read a goddamn book is what you can do. I'm not telling you shit. Moving on.
So, in the House of Thorns.
Here was something else we brought up with that whole scenario. What if Tywin was the manipulator of that whole situation where him, Lady Tyrell, and Littlefinger all orchestrated it together, but Tywin couldn't have his hands in the main pot because of it being his family?
We'll never know because Tywin is dead.
But the other two are still alive, and they could also drop that bomb.
They can drop that bomb.
They're not going to drop shit.
Someone said you never know.
I didn't say it, so.
And then the other one is... Oh, no. That is the ending of this episode.
I did not say you never know. I said we'll never know. We'll never know. That's what I said.
That is what I said. It is not the same thing.
But to that point, all they have to do is whisper in her ear when she's on her deathbed. That scenario, oh, and your daddy was involved too, because your daddy knew that your son was uncontrollable, and that's why he had him killed with us, because we knew we could put the other son, who's stupid as shit and easily manipulated, to do whatever the fuck we want.
That'd be a lot of exposition to sit there and explain on somebody's deathbed. It's like, before you die... hold on. Ah!
Oh, no, I can totally see how they can do it, and it wouldn't be all that stupid. Is if they poison her or something like that, to where she's like in a waking death or something like that, where she can't talk or shit like that. Just explain all that shit to her.
Well, no, it's like, I'm not saying I'm saying either way. It's just a lot of exposition to do. It's like, okay, we're gonna sit down and explain some shit for you, and it'd be like the scene would start. You cut to something else, like an entire battle beyond the wall. Come back and they're still going down explaining shit. It's like that's like an entire episode by itself. Just some motherfucker sitting next to Cersei's bed explaining all this shit. It's like then of course, like, I mean, you couldn't be able to talk for that long without taking a piss or and some water. I don't know, something.
But you know what? I'd watch the hell out that episode.
Same here. Because it's explain all the shit she done.
Yeah.
She gets the death she deserves.
Yep.
All right. Next week, Battle of the Bastards. Wild speculation. Go.
Oh, I got one.
John
I got one
wins.
speculation. I'm going first before I forget.
Okay.
I already went.
All right. My wild speculation is that. My wild speculation. I got a new wild speculation, Matt. My wild speculation is that with the whole with the whole Cersei being on her deathbed and she is being she's basically paralyzed and slowly dying. I can imagine the episode being called The Long Death, and it is a recap episode. They talk about all the shit that these people conspired with behind Cersei's back. Yeah.
Oh, that would actually be funny if they wrapped everything up in episode 9, and episode 10 was just her in the waking death, and everybody just walks up and confesses all the shit they did in response to her bullshit, and how much they hate
the
her.
episode would be called The Long Death.
And I think that could be a comedy episode. They could turn that into like a dancing musical episode.
Oh God, no! If they go down the musical route, I'm fucking done. I ain't watching shit if they're doing
people
musical.
singing. Oh no! Charles will fast forward.
Yes.
Here we go.
I can see Littlefinger being like,
fast forward to the whole fucking
never
episode.
loyal to you because I wanted to fuck, what's her face, Caitlyn?
Listen, she was dead. I wanted her daughter.
I hate it when people.
Okay,
Hold on, Isaiah. Hold on.
Fuck you. Fuck
Before I forget
you.
it.
Fuck you.
Can someone mute
You're
him?
cool. Fuck you. I'm out.
Lou, go ahead.
Oh, Charles thinks I'm cool.
Remember the Prince and Dorne? Before he was executed, he was always saying he has something up his sleeve. What if he planted the High Sparrow to torment the Lannisters?
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Ooh.
I don't think so, because
It
the
was Cersei who
High
brought the
Sparrow is 100% and completely fucking Cersei's fault. Cersei is the one who put the Sparrow into play, and it's her own
What if
damn
the
fault.
Prince
Anything that's happened
put that
since.
idiot in her path, knowing that she's stupid enough to fall for something of that? Because we've seen how she reacts to shit.
Yep.
And that since they executed him, they jump-started a plan that they had no idea what was really going on. Because the High Sparrow, there could also be a rumor on the High Sparrow that no one knows about. That she could...
Exactly. That is the alternate thing, is maybe that dude wasn't... because he was saying his little birds, like fucking Varys has, that the little birds gave him some information. The information may not be that there's a fuck ton of wildfire. The information could be something about the High Sparrow, that maybe the High Sparrow is doing dirty things to little kids. We don't know.
Oh, that would be fucked up.
Disgusting.
Yeah, but it would follow the theme.
It'd still be fucked up.
Oh, what the hell? I mean, hey, I'm watching that series, Rome. They have fucking that shit, too.
Yeah. But, after the whole battle between, like, the bastard sons, do you think Jon Snow will actually go to south? I mean, still go south of the area? Because he said he wants to go south, but he got to deal with this war. So I think he might go south. Maybe.
There's no point for him to go south when he knows the battle is north.
But when the battle's over with.
Say they win, they get Winterfell back. Now he needs to go north to take the White Walkers head on. What the fuck does going south do? Well, you're going to go liberate the country? What, to get more soldiers? They'll join your side once you take Winterfell back.
Right. But
the only thing to go south to do would be to go kill the Freys for their betrayal and all that other shit. I don't see them wasting their time on that. Someone else is going to... We're going to have a straight direwolf come up and take out Walder Frey while he's eating his fucking dinner.
Here's my thought. I have a wild speculation. I think that at the end of this season, the very last episode, we're going to have 3.5 Starks in the castle. Because Jon Snow isn't really a Stark. I think all the chickens are coming home to roost.
You're referring to Bran, Sansa, and Rickon?
Arya and Jon.
Oh, Arya, because Bran can't. Bran has to stay north, because he's the three-eyed raven.
Yeah, but Winterfell is fucking north. It's not north, but it's still fucking north.
I think he needs to stay north of the wall in that area.
Well, not impossible. It's like we call these wild speculations for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like we'll see how they all turn out. It's like it's time to wrap up this episode of Geeks of the Round. We're gonna go ahead and end this one until next week, which is going to be very, very exciting. Battle of the Bastards. 2 episodes left for this season, and Geeks of the Round will be with you every single step of the way at geeksoftheround.com. Of course, follow us on all our social media madness, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, YouTube. We're Geeks Around on all of that. Also, be sure to check us out in our forums at forums.geeksoftheround.com. Also, if you have anything for us, you can always call and leave us a message on our voicemail line. That number is 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. Until next week, we are Ghosts.